Sports Medicine.
Back at the Huntington Center, we are set for period number 3. Off the face-off, Fleming jousts with Gilbert, and the puck briefly controlled by the Toledo Walleye. Comets lead 2-1 as we are just underway here in what could be the deciding 20 minutes. Now Fleming along the boards comes across to Marino, who's had an outstanding game. Marino down deep, centers right in the slot, and that time Fleming couldn't get a lot of wood on it. But poaching in is Denis Pepin, gets it behind the net. Marino lets it slide by. Clark feeds back to the point. Lacoste cross-ice Denis Pepin. Good little stick handling by Simone Denis Pepin as he glides past Rogers. K's immediate pressure here in period 3. Marino spins, loses an edge, tumbles to the ice. Maybe had a stick there in the blade by Rogers. And now here come the Walleye. Pass flipped ahead. That is over the head of Rogers. Goes into the Comet zone. They'll wave the icing off. Lacoste will leave for Simone Denis Pepin. Comets now look for the breakout. Saucered ahead to Fleming. He's stepped into by Grantham and then spun around to the ice. Bad angle shot that time. Marino right on and right off the blocker of Toivonen, who has had a very active game for the Walleye. Toledo looking to break out with numbers. Ahead it goes to Grantham, who has the lone goal. Perlini, a shot right on into the chest that time of Makarov, and Martini makes sure he clears things, and Martini continues to have a conversation with Grantham. They got together at the end of period 2, and roughing penalties were assessed, so I doubt if those two are on each other's Christmas card list.
That was a good save there by Makarov, not to give up any kind of rebound. Something that he's struggled with throughout the year is that rebound control. He had traffic in front of him there, was able to squeeze the shot and make sure that there were no second opportunities.
They're trying to get everybody situated for the face-off. The referee, Andrew Wilk, was checking something out near the penalty box, so Nutkovich drops to his knees as he tries to win the draw, as he was battling that time with Perlini. Here is Embach, who's had an outstanding game, breaking in with the puck. Leaves it that time for Sidlowski, dumps it behind the net, a little too strong for Embach. It cycles around to the point. Here's Martini taking a look. Nathan Martini comes across. Jace Coyle just tries to snap one on, but that's wide. Racing over in the play is Martini. Heavy hit that time by Grantham as that rattles the glass. Nutkovich tries to leave behind the net. And here comes Brett Perlini trying to break it out. Comets have had a great forecheck in this one. And again, there is Embach all over the place. Now racing in on the play was Nutkovich. This has been a good line. Sidlowski, Nutkovich, and Embach. They try to chop the puck in front. And Grantham, who has the lone goal of the night for the Walleye, there's a shot from the point that finds its way to the goal. Sticked aside that time by Makarov. And again, the quick pace of the play continues. That time, Niedermal tries to fire the shot on. It kind of glanced off the stick of Embach. And the Walleye cannot keep it in the zone, so there will be an offside call. And the linesmen quickly go to center ice, wondering if there'd be any extracurriculars between a Comet and a Toledo player as they were going back to their respective benches.
Definitely want to remind everybody, Parkview Sports Medicine offers a continuum of care approach for athletes, providing training, treatment, and education for sports enthusiasts of all levels. The program serves athletes of all ages, providing opportunities to those just beginning their athletic careers, to those who just enjoy staying active and are looking to maintain a certain aspect of their competitive edge. Parkview Sports Medicine, great title sponsor of Comet action here on MyTV Fort Wayne.
17:45 left in period 3. It's 2-1 Comets. They'll do the face-off once again between Abercrombie and Kenton Miller. Miller has a unique style for face-offs. He's a left-handed shot. Sometimes he flips the stick over into his right hand, knowing willfully he wants to draw it back, and now Miller is chased out of the face-off circle. So Willett will step in, and the puck is dropped. Drawn back neatly by Abercrombie, but sliding in to get the puck is Willett. Toledo will just dump it the length of the rink. Racing is Brunito, and it will be an icing. This is a big, strong line that Gary Graham has put together with the recent acquisition, Mitch Brewston, the return of Christian Willett, and Kenton Miller. And we don't talk about Kenton Miller that much, but he seems to be arguably the Comets' most reliable face-off man, and another guy who's very strong in his pins.
Well, you mentioned in the second period, Ken, about this line being one that, maybe we haven't had in the past that can kind of wear on you. It should be interesting to see how much ice time they get in this third period to try to do just that.
Now that's gathered in by Messier as he penetrates the Comet zone, trying to find Abercrombie, but too strong. That's just wheeled right out of there and dumped back into the Comet zone. Now Miller bumping with Niedermal, so it looks like the physical play is picking up here in period 3. Comets know they need these 2 points, and quite honestly, all Toledo has left to play for is pride, but hockey players are prideful guys. Now that time, Makarov blows a tire behind the net, but he manages to escape without any damage. Abercrombie just whirls and fires it in. That was precariously close to a too many men on the ice against the Comets. Fortunately, it didn't hit a skate, or a Comet player did not play the puck. Clark niftily with the skates, collects the puck, spins around the net, glides out, feeds back to the point. Lacasse will just chip it in with the backhand. Marino knocks his player Chartrain to the ice, and that's a scramble right in front. Clark tries to feather it home, but no, as Toivonen was able to gather in what was really a bouncing puck right there in his own crease.
Fantastic series of plays by Aaron Clark. First to gain the zone, flying through neutral ice, plays it off of a skate right in stride, and then brings it down deep. And then that time, off of that pass that was just kind of floating out there in the slot area, is able to chop it right out of the air and then get a couple of swipes at it on the rebound in front of Toivonen. So great shift there and just sequence of plays by Aaron Clark.
Comets now have 39 shots in the game, 27 for the Walleye, and it has been a battle in the face-off circle all game between Gilbert and Fleming. 2 good face-off men. Comets again try to center. That time Denis Pepin has it go off his blades, but he does a good job of keeping the puck in front of him. And now Clark on his knees, spins right back up, comes across to Denis Pepin. He controls the puck, tries to work his way into the high slot. Marino is ready to tee it up, has the puck, a shot off a defenseman. That time looked like it went off the skate. That time a Chartrain. Comets keep it in. Spinning is Fleming. Fleming gets past Rogers. They come across. There's Marino. Good job to settle the puck right up in front. Fleming, little backhand attempt. No, it just slides wide. Marino tries to bank it in off the sprawled Toivonen. Now Lacasse comes cross ice. Pepin will fire the shot right on. That time interfered with was Marino. No call, and it was sticked aside that time by Toivonen. Again, the bodies, they are a bumping. Lacasse will fire it. Blocked aside that time by Toivonen. Comets putting on immense pressure. Here is Denis Pepin. Comes across side of the net. Marino tries to spin it home. There will be a penalty coming up as Marino takes a high hit that time by the defenseman C.J. Chartrain. And I believe it'll be Chartrain going off for the penalty. So the Comets will go on a rock-bottom power play, Tommy.
And rock bottom is the answer for consumers who consider the environmental and economic benefits of working with a local remanufactured ink cartridge retailer. To learn more, just go to rockbottomink.com or give them a call, 260-748-0636.
It'll be Chartrain going off, 2 minutes for slashing at the 4:44 mark. Now, the last time the K's went on the power play, they marked. This would be a huge opportunity, but the Comets have just been pouring shots on the goaltender, Hannu Toivonen. Now, the puck is basically under the body that time of Nutkovic as he was just leveled by Perlini, but the K's come away with the puck. Unfortunately, Mbach can't keep it in, so the Comets will have to reset. They do enter the zone, but that'll just be shot toward center ice where it's gathered in by Christian Ouellet. Recycling is Nutkovic, and he will lead for Jace Coyle. Coyle crosses center ice and fires it into the zone. That's where Mbach will get it on the high wall. Right up to the top, Coyle takes a look, comes across to Ouellet. Ouellet now playing the opposite point, leaves for Coyle. Coyle looking to tee it up. Comets with a lot of patience here. Now Christian Ouellet comes across ice, comes back to Coyle. Coyle just snaps it on, and again, right into the glove of Toivonen. Nutkovic was trying to slide across and set up a screen, but it looked like that time the visual path was a little too clear for Toivonen. So both teams will change personnel. 14:28 to go in period 3. 1:13 to go in the Comet power play. Now Fleming is on the ice in between Sidlowski and Nutkovich. That is rung around the boards. Denis Pepin comes across. A little too strong for Sidlowski, and that's just chipped out that time by Niedermal. So Denis Pepin with Messier right on his heels has to break out for the Comets as he starts the rush, comes to center, chipped ahead by Marino. Racing in is Fleming, leaves for Marino. Marino, though, has it go off his skate blade. Now Sidlowski comes up top to Simone Denis Pepin. He's got the big shot. Sidlowski right in the high slot. Comes across, takes the return pass. Now feeds Marino, side of the net. His shot blocked aside. Right up in front, Sidlowski. Comes to Denis Pepin. Denis Pepin. Oh, the shot was just chipped away that time by Fleming. Comets putting the pressure on. And Toledo looking to clear, and that time they do just that as Nicastro sends it deep into the Comet zone. Makarov playing a little cat and mouse with Abercrombie. Denis Pepin comes ahead to Marino. Now 12 left on the Comet power play. One more rush for the K's. Fleming leaves for Sidlowski. Sidlowski to Martini with the one-timer. Oh, it chipped and hit the crossbar. It was tipped, glanced over the shoulder that time of Toivonen, hit the crossbar and came straight down. Now Chartrain comes out of the box and the power play is over. It'll be a race between Marino with Martini stepping in as Rogers was putting the pressure on. Gilbert intercepts, leaves back for Gleason. That caroms off of Marino. Comets had a glorious opportunity on the power play. Rogers collides with Marino. Comets try to clear the zone, and they do. Good strong play as Coyle feeds it ahead to Kenton Miller. Miller doing battle with Peroff. We are down to 12:44 to go in regulation. Comets clinging to the 2-1 lead. 45-27, the shots favor Fort Wayne. Walleye breaking out 2-on-2 as Rogers puts it right on. That's blocked aside by Makarov. Bad angle shot is wide. And the Comets again looking for the breakout. Brewston will just spin, and he will reset for the K's. A long pass that is too strong for Miller. That'll be icing on the Comets as Martini looking for the home run pass. So the icing will bring the puck back into the zone. And it'll be to the left of the Comet goaltender, Andre Makarov. We've been talking a lot about the Toledo goaltender, Hannu Toivonen, because he has seen an awful lot of rubber. 45 shots for the Comets, 28 for the Walleye, but Makarov has made some great saves. Miller now just tries to serve it ahead. Picked up by Brewston. Brewston tries to tuck it in short side. That was close, and Miller was looking for a rebound. And now there is some late action there as a late punch to the chops delivered to Miller, and Miller is taking exception to that. That was a bit of a cheap shot. You have the linesman stepping between the players, and all of a sudden a glove came in and caught Miller right on the chin. He's not happy about that at all. Looks like he's having a conversation with Niedermal. And I believe we have a timeout here. With 12:06 to go in period number 3, the Comets on top of Toledo 2-1. You're watching
Parkview Sports Medicine.
Back to the action at the Huntington Center in Toledo, Ohio. The Comets on top of the Walleye, 2-1 as we have 11:48 to go in period 3. Now Mike Embach collects the puck, comes across to Jace Coyle, fine rushing defenseman. He snaps it right on, and again there is that quick glove of Hannu Toivonen. 46-28, now the shot advantage for the Comets. There is a very, I would say, solid likelihood that the Comets will set a season high without question for shots on goal.
And you consider the way the first 10 minutes of this game went. They were down 12-5 at one point in the shot category. So quick math on that would be 41-16 since the opening 10 minutes.
Well, they've outshot them so far, 9-3 here in period 3. The Comets have just really ramped up the pressure. And now here's Brandon Marino, who has been one of the stars of the game. He's bumped heavily off the play by Chartrain. Now Chartrain has the puck. And a great interception that time by Fleming, who feeds to Clark. Clark dancing near the top of the circle, looked to go across to Fleming, but intercepted that time by Gilbert. Now Shalunov tries to work his way past Lacoste. There's a shot that goes right off the arm of Makarov, deflected high off the glass. They play on into the corner. Shalunov looks to center, and there's a score. Game tied at 2 as Shalunov, a nifty backhand pass from behind the net. And it was popped home, and we are tied 2-2. I believe that was Jesse Messier who got the equalizer.
That was a good play by the Walleye. They got it down in deep. You're right, Messier kind of driving to the net right in the middle, right up the gut. Gets a nice feed from behind the goal line. And then just quickly bats it home.
Well, Messier his 6th. Shalunov will get at least 1 assist. That coming at the 9:06 mark, and it's a brand new hockey game tied at 2.
Now let's see how the Comets react to this. I mean, this is adversity. They have to get points here, as we've talked about throughout the broadcast. One is not going to get the job done.
Now the Comets are going to go right back on the power play. So it was Messier his 2nd goal of the season, 2nd with the Walleye. Shalunov the assist at 9:06, but the Comets will go right back on the power play as Toledo will be sent off for holding, and that will be Albrecht. Tyler Albrecht will go off for holding.
That brings up another Rock Bottom Inc. power play. Rock Bottom, the answer for consumers who consider the environmental and economic benefits of working with a local remanufactured ink cartridge retailer. Learn more, rockbottominc.com, or give them a call, 260-748-0636.
How quickly can the Comets answer? Tyler Albrecht goes off 2 minutes for holding at 9:32. Marino comes across to Denis Pepin. We are tied at 2, even though the Comets have dominated play, especially in the shots department. Marino gliding in, tries to fire to the side. Sidlowski up front, and that time Fleming shot caroms off of a Walleye player. Sidlowski hustles back to Denis Pepin. Here is Marino skating in, right up in front. That just is fired wide of the net, and the rebound can't be popped home by Clark. Comes back to the point to Denis Pepin. Oh, a glorious opportunity that just missed for the Comets. Now cross-ice Sidlowski. He settles the puck down near the top of the circle. Comes back up high. Simone Denis Pepin fakes the shot. Marino comes across to Clark. Now Simone Denis Pepin to Marino. Marino looking to tee it up. He glides again near the high point of the circle. And now it was just batted down and flipped the length of the rink that time by Brett Perlini. Quick pass flipped out by Makarov to Fleming. He's onside. Stepped into that time heavily by Richard Niedermall. Now he's applying the cross check to the back of Fleming. And it's cleared the length of the rink. Chase Coyle will reset for the Comets. 42 seconds left in the power play. 9:08 left in regulation. Now Coyle races in, and the puck a little too strong, and it'll be saucered the length of the rink. That time by Niedermall, and it was settled down by the sticker Rogers, who was breaking behind the defense. I thought that might have been played with a high stick, but they waved it off. Well, one last rush for the Comets as they have 20 seconds left on the power play. Here is Embach. That caroms off a skate, but collected by Willette. Comes across to Jace Coyle. That time a cross-ice pass attempted by Embach. Intercepted by Messier. Messier with speed. Deep in the corner. He's just going to try to take time off the clock. And racing out is Albrecht. So the Comets come up short on this power play. And we are down to 8 minutes and 18 seconds left in regulation in a 2-2 game. Now Willette dances in. Into the corner where it's chased down by Nicastro. And here come the Walleye looking on the breakout. Chartrain feeds ahead for Abercrombie. That time May is busting to the net. Messier takes the big hit that time by Embach. But it comes back to the point, and there is a shot. Right up in front, it was knocked down Abercrombie. That was a huge save by Makarov. It's centered, but the Comets intercept. Dangerous moment there, and a huge save by Andrei Makarov. Now the Comets breaking in. As that time Brewston looks to feed, but he can't now. He will race to the bench for a line change. Abercrombie spins in his own zone. Leaves for his defenseman, Joe Gleason. 7.5 to go in regulation. We are even at 2. Messier, who got the tying goal, tries to feed it ahead. Intercepted by Denis Pepin. Now Marino spins at center ice. Marino starts the break-in. Weaves past the defender. Feeds to Denis Pepin, who is breaking in from the blue line. Bodies flying everywhere right near the front of the net. and here come the Walleye looking to break out. Perlini puts on the brakes, now feeds into the corner. Spinning out is Burkemper. Comets looking to clear the zone, but Clark has to collect the puck. Now here is Marino. Marino taking a look. Comets getting a line change for some personnel. That's going to be too strong, intended for Nutkovich busting in, and it will be icing called against the Comets. 6:49, Tommy, in regulation, a 2-2 game. Again, the shots favor the Comets, 48-32.
Well, and you just have to hope that the K's can get something going down on the offensive end. Unfortunately, in the last 7 or so minutes, it's been the Walleye who've had more opportunities than the K's. And Andrei Makarov just moments ago really saved the game with what was the save of the game. Sprawling out, they got him moving from left to right, and he was able to make the save. And you hope that that would be the last opportunity that the Walleye get out of this thing, and now the K's can counter. They've controlled the play for most of the evening.
Now to Castro, off the wall where it's collected by Gilbert. He comes ahead to Shalunov. Shalunov does a little stick handling. Now the fans were starting to get excited as that shot that time by Chartrain breaking in from the blue line went off the side of the net. So Makarov again doing a good job of guarding his post. Cross ice pass to Castro. There's a shot. Comes high off the body that time, and Makarov knocks it down. Now the Comets breaking out here is Shidlowski. Now Shidlowski comes ahead with speed. Leaves for Embach. Embach dumps it back into the corner where Shidlowski centers it. A shot that time is whistled wide as, again, the Comets trying to put on some more pressure, but Embach had that one go just a little bit off his stick and wide of the net. 5:56 to go in regulation. We are tied at 2. You're watching My Comets on My TV.
Presented by Parkview Sports Medicine.
Now the Comets have outshot Toledo 11-8 here in period 3 for the game, 48-33, but the Walleye, the lone goal so far of third period action. Messier, and that has tied the game 2-2, so we are down to the final 5 minutes and 38 of regulation. Brunito spins behind the net, feeds ahead. Hartman, as he was trying to find Willette, like that went off a skate and wound up in the Comet bench. Well, again, we talk about how Comets will head back home after this one and not much time to rest. They'll play a stretch of 4 games in 5 nights. Wednesday, Orlando comes to the Coliseum for a 7 p.m. face-off. Friday, the K's host Gwinnett, 8 p.m. puck drop. Saturday, Kalamazoo comes to town for a 7:30 face-off. And then a week from today, next Sunday, the Comets go to Kalamazoo for a 3 p.m. face-off. Big games for the Comets as, again, we'll have 12 games left after today, 8 of them on home ice. Every point is precious as they bid for a playoff spot. William Lacasse rubbed off the play that time by Gilbert. Comets are digging in their own corner as Clark dumps it to Fleming, who goes to Denis Pepin. Now ahead it comes to Fleming. Fleming trying to dance past his defender, Niedermal. Now Marino, was looking to find Clark, but Kyle Rogers stepped into that passing lane, and the Comets have to reset as we wind down to 4:44 in regulation. That pass is off the hoof of Fleming, and here come the Walleye back the other way. Perlini on the wing, dishes the pass, and there's a tough angle shot as it's gloved. Riley Grantham, who has one of the Walleye goals, went high, but Makarov was there to spear it with the big catching mitt. Face-off will be to the right of the Comet youngster, 20-year-old Andrei Makarov. Every face-off is big now. Perlini steps in against Sidlowski, and Sidlowski draws it back neatly where Coyle flips it high, and the race is on between Embach and Niedermal. And that time Niedermal just feeds the backhand pass to center ice. Comets collect there, and now here comes Coyle trying to burst in. Crosses center ice, dumps it in deeply. That time Toivonen was trying to sell an icing, but the linesman having none of that. Embach steps into Niedermal. Now Burkemper doing battle with Sidlowski. You're going to have to start winning those 50-50 puck battles now. Who will prevail here in the final 4 minutes of regulation? Tied at 2. Niedermal delivering several hits that time to Embach, and now here come the Walleye trying to break out. Martini cannot clear the zone. Here comes Perlini with a shot right in front. First save by Makarov, a second save, and then the puck skitters behind the goal. Again, Andrei Makarov with some huge saves. Now breaking out. Sidlowski along with Embach. And Sidlowski still has it. There's Miller in the slide. He can't quite collect it. Now he puts a shot right on. And making the save is Toivonen. End-to-end action, Tommy.
Yeah, too many breakdowns on the defensive side for the Comets right now. They're giving up way too many rushes right up the middle of the zone. And you get guys being able to drive the net in the middle, and nothing but bad things are going to happen from that point on.
Miller on the draw with Abercrombie. 3:29 left in regulation. Has banged off the boards. Messier looks to clear Klaas Bunetro, and now racing in is May. He's rubbed off the play that time by Hartman. The puck winds up caroming off the glass and into the stands. Comets were taking a deep breath there, wondering if there was a chance for a possible delay, but it's a good thing there was a carom off of that clearing attempt by Andrei Makarov. Comets changing up the defense. Denis Pepin and Lacasse on the ice. Abercrombie, Kenton Miller on the draw, and it's won by Abercrombie. Nicastro has his shot go off the skates of Rouston. Now Miller trying to just bump Abercrombie off the play. Toledo is playing with a little more desperation. Now here the Comets look to break it out. That time as Lacasse's pass was a little too strong, it caromed off of a Walleye player, so there was no icing. Under 3 minutes to go in regulation. Puck shot in deep, controlled behind the net by Makarov. He leaves for Lacasse. Lacasse to Denis Pepin. Right on the stick of Miller. Miller flips it off of Jesse Messier, and it's time the puck as they try to dump it in. Shalunov has it. Shalunov will spin in the Comet zone. Now he leaves it, and Christian Willette puts his big body in there. They scrum along the boards, comes back to the point. A high drive that time. Goes off the glove of Makarov, as that was a very high blast by Elbrecht. Now the Comets quickly changing personnel. We are down to 2:18 left in regulation. Fleming, Marino, Clark on for the K's. And now Elbrecht is just content to let some time seep off the clock. As Gleason, you can tell what the Walleye are doing right now. It almost looks like they're playing a little more passively. Cross-ice pass behind Gilbert, and he just wraps it into the zone. Again, Makarov, a good job to contain the puck behind the goal. He fires a pass ahead, and the K's have a chance to break out with numbers. Here comes Clark. Clark comes across, stepping into the play, Martini. A shot that time was blocked by a sliding Niedermal, racing in to keep the puck in his coil. We are down to 100 seconds to go, and gloved again by Toivonen. Now 1:37 left in regulation, and that was the Comets' 50th shot of the hockey game.
Now they've been firing him on Toivonen. He has been solid throughout the evening, though. So many good saves, and really when you're talking about quality opportunities, the K's haven't had that many here in the third period.
Sidlowski against Perlini, drawn back deep into the Toledo zone. Niedermal fires ahead. Good job by Denis Pepin. It gets caught in his equipment. Just now gets into center ice. And here come the Walleye. And again, we are now down to 1:22. Comets doing a good job to clog up the neutral zone. Here is Nutkovic. Nutkovic comes across ice. There's a shot. It's a goal post. Can they jam it in? Yes! Yes! It was a goal right at the side of the net with 1:13 to play. We'll see who got it. It looked like it was Embach, as that shot blistered right off the pipe, came just at the side of the net, and Mike Embach, Tommy, jammed it home with 1:13 to play.
That was a very pretty feed to the middle of the ice by Sign Nutkovic, and then a laser of a shot by Zidlowski that went off the post, and Embach was camped out in front to be able to jam it home, and What a huge goal for the Comets. Assist obviously going to Zidlowski. And also signed Nutkovich. I was waiting to see if they were also going to give one to Nutkovich, a proud representative of West Bend Mutual Insurance Company and a proud Comet sponsor. Let Matt Gregory and Gregory Associates assist you with your insurance needs, whether it be home, auto, life, business insurance. It's 1933, a family business taking care of families and business. And, man, it doesn't get any bigger than that goal right there.
Mike Embach, goal number 21. And as Tommy pointed out, the assists to Sidlowski and to Nutkovich. And that was some great passing. And, boy, that shot rattled right off the side of the post. It was fortunate for the Comets that it didn't really carry them out very far away from the net. Embach was able to pounce on it and jam it home. 21st goal coming at 18:47. And the Comets are a minute and 13 seconds away from picking up 2 points. There is a timeout that has been called, so the teams can regroup, get the personnel they want on the ice for this final minute and 13 seconds. Fleming, Clark, Marino against Rogers, Gilbert, and Shalanov. And now, as we wind down to just over a minute to play, Makarov snaps it high off the glass, and it's collected very neatly by Clark. Under a minute to go. Clark fires it into the open net from just beyond center ice as they had pulled Toivonen. What a game it's been for Aaron Clark, and that should seal the deal. The goal coming at 19:04. Clark with the goal. And I have a feeling Makarov should collect an assist on this.
Nice. A rare goalie assist.
So that will send what has been a good crowd here at the Huntington Center streaming for the exits. Mark the goal.
Very good environment here. This is my first trip to the Huntington Center. It's a nice downtown arena.
Well, Clark gets the goal. And Makarov does get the assist.
Nice.
19th of the season for Clark. We are down to the final 36, and the Comets with the 4-2 lead. It's a matter of running out the clock. Now inside 30. Toivonen, who's had an outstanding game, clears it ahead, and racing in is Shalunov. He's hounded by Hartman. They go into the corner. Hartman steps into him. Now down to the final 14 seconds. They'll just try to control the puck in the corner. Hartman will wheel it around, and all the Comets have to do is just chip it across. Here comes Miller. Down to 5 seconds. 4. Miller takes some time to shoot that into the skates of Gleason, and that will do it. The horn sounds, and the Comets are victorious. A couple of big late goals for the K's, and they defeat Toledo by the final score of 4-2 to pick up 2 huge points. We'll take a break and wrap things up from the Huntington Center. You're watching My Comets on My TV.
You're watching My Comets on My TV. Presented by Parkview Sports Medicine and airing exclusively on My TV Fort Wayne.
The deal is now get 2 large, 2 topping pizzas delivered for only $16.99.
Congratulations, AJ! You just won a new Ford Fiesta, offering high performance and modern features. $14,795.